Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh man. I had a good yap sesh before we hit
the
record.
preliminary.
Yeah. We had a little pre-show yap, and well, mostly on my part. I feel bad because I feel like I want Dylan to now yap, but I don't know if he. I just got a little bit. Okay, we'll save that for the end of the episode.
Right.
There's a lot of things happening in my world. Things are kind of starting to fall into place without going into too much detail. Right. And I think I should be having some more time open up in my weekly.
Finally lighten the load a little.
My weekly routine, and it's exciting, and I'm very hopeful that I was telling Dylan, I was like, as of the beginning of March, this show's been going on for 5 years, and it's crazy to think about. I was like, we got a little toddler on our hands.
God.
And the show has evolved in subtle ways throughout the years, and I was just encouraging Dylan, mostly trying to like saying this to Dylan to also kind of help encourage myself as well, that like I just want this show to keep on going and evolving because it brings me so much joy to do it. And now with a little bit more free time in the week, I think we can do more things like, I don't know, maybe relax and play a game.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I don't know, watch some more stuff and rewatch some older series that like has, you know, it's been too long that it's all those kind of things. I'm feeling all that stuff, and I'm trying to get too excited because I'm still kind of in the thick of it a little bit. But
little do you know, this will upset the karmic balance.
Knock on wood, knock
God's
on wood,
rearing up,
please,
bro.
please.
He's getting ready.
Is that I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm just like, okay, I can make it through
just
this.
a little more,
just a little more. I can make it. But anyways, we watched
some more black. Yeah.
Watch a little more 1,000-Year Blood War. And
boy howdy, there's a lot of fucking blood.
Oh yeah.
Like right at the start.
Right at the start.
Because we stopped
Yeah.
right before my favorite episode
Yeah.
in this whole series so far, where Unohana and Kenpachi are
going
about
at it.
Yeah, they duke it out for the first time in like thousands of years. And man, it is. I can't get over. I can't stress enough how much I enjoy this exchange.
Yeah,
between these two characters,
it's really interesting.
It is. It's so fucking good because this whole fight is training, quote unquote, for Kenpachi,
right?
Because I don't know if I said this in the previous episode, but the name Kenpachi is just a title, like that Unohana is the current like bearer of.
Really?
Yes. Now, for as long as she's been around, which I can only assume is a few centuries, she's held this title without finding anyone else that could even come close to comparison. But then, as we see in a flashback, she's just out on patrol in one of the districts, and one of her lieutenants comes up and is like, "Man, I don't know, Chief. We're probably not gonna find anyone in these fucking like street gangs that that could come close to you, right?" And she's like, "How the fuck did you know what I was trying to do?" It's like, "Because I've seen what you've been able to do, bitch."
Yeah. Right.
And it's like, man, even this entire fucking pile of corpses might as well be a visual representation of your dissatisfaction,
right?
And she's like, "When the fuck did that get there?
How long has that been there?"
Yeah. And then he's like, "You mean to tell me you didn't?
Yeah, you don't remember any of that?
You didn't do any of that?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "No." And she looks up at the top after seeing a bit of movement, and it's fucking Kenpachi.
Yeah.
Zaraki, rather. And he's just like a young kid wearing a bunch of rags with his fucking sword.
Just dragging his way out.
Yeah. And he jumps like right out of the fucking gate.
Oh, yeah.
He goes after
next
her.
target.
Yeah. It's like, you're the one.
Yeah.
I'm going to see how you do. Because he's had the same fucking issue. This child.
Yeah.
This random fucking kid. Orphan. has just been on a killing spree trying to find someone who would actually give him a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
And man,
and here we go.
These two are made for each other.
Yeah.
Because throughout as they're like trading blows and shit.
Yeah.
Unohana is explaining the reason she's killing him like over and over.
Right.
Because she realized as he fought more and more, he actively limits himself and puts handicaps on himself.
Right.
To let the fight go on longer so he can actually enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Dude.
We're talking about some real weird therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's constantly killing him over and over again. It's like, I will break this out of you.
I'm going to kill you as many times as it takes.
Until you just stop holding
until
back.
you're you again.
And it's like, oh, shit.
Like, Jesus Christ. That's the most heartfelt thing I've ever heard.
And also most terrifying.
Get your sword out of my heart so I can kill you.
Quit killing me so I can cry a little.
God.
Yeah.
Because it means that much to him.
Yeah.
It means that much to both of them.
Yeah.
Because whenever she's recounting their first bout, whenever he was just a kid, she explains how she realized that she was weaker than him, like right off the bat. Like, because whenever he jumped off that big ass pile of corpses, he straight up skewered her.
Yeah.
Like just above the sternum.
Yeah.
And at that point, she was like, "Holy shit!
I think I found
this
him.
kid's the real deal.
Yeah.
I found my fucking diamond in the rough."
Yeah.
And he's got her on death's door practically. Like,
yeah,
she can't beat him. And at that point, he just like loosens his grip a bit.
Yeah.
Looks off to the side like, I can't fucking lose this bitch.
Yeah.
This is the most fun I've had since I picked up this fucking sword.
Yeah.
I cannot lose her. And it's insane to me.
Yeah.
How do you get that kind of insane, like, morbid symbiosis between two characters?
It's crazy.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So, after that, oh man, let's see. Where does that leave off?
I think she ends up like whooping his tail at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because he limits himself enough, and she's like, she takes her chance.
Right. She ends up winning.
Yeah.
Because he held back.
Yeah.
And after that, I can only assume she brought him to the Soul Society and was like,
yeah,
train this fucking kid right now.
But up until this point, he has never had a Bankai.
No. Nah. Just hasn't happened.
Right.
He just swings his sword real fucking hard.
Yep.
He's got a shit ton of spiritual pressure.
Yep.
An unbeatable amount compared to like anybody else. And he's just made it work.
Right.
Now,
what's her name again?
Unohana.
Unohana can she can heal herself.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime he even gets a cut on her.
Yeah, he'll land a couple blows and she'll just repair that shit like it's nothing.
Yeah. There was a hard it was a line whenever she goes into like her
whenever she uses her Bankai.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a line that she says, gosh, I don't know what she says about him. She's like, you learned to limit yourself to keep the fight going. So
you could enjoy the battle for eternity.
Right. And I learned
to heal myself so that I could enjoy the battle for eternity.
I was like, oh shit, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
But at a certain point in time, he begins to wake up a little bit and realizes like what's happening.
Whenever she uses her Bankai,
oh yeah,
man, rivers of blood.
Scary.
Anyone who's played Elden Ring is going to know what I mean by that. There's a sword in that game that allows for a combo that is just like some of the fucking moves she pulled off. In there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Dakota can attest.
Yeah.
But man, whenever she breaks that shit out, she starts wiping the floor with him.
Yeah.
But as it progresses, he starts waking up a bit more and more. And dude, he's whenever he sees her bust out the Bankai, he goes ballistic.
Yeah. He locks in.
Motherfucker's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
He describes it as I'm melting.
Yeah.
I'm melting away.
Yeah.
I know I haven't had a name for this feeling before.
Right.
Motherfucker has a revelation.
Yeah.
I've been asleep this whole fucking time.
Yeah. This is living. It's crazy. And then there's there's like this real because of the flashback sequence and seeing what happens during this fight. It kind of feels like it is like a master apprentice type thing, but it feels kind of almost like a mother son type thing for a minute, where she's talking so fondly about how the fact that like he is kind of like surpassing her in some way, and it's like this really
because she knew like from their first fight she knew like this is the fucking kid who's gonna take my title, but she couldn't give it to him yet because he developed that bad fucking habit of limiting himself from that fight with her. And she's felt an immense amount of guilt because of it. Yeah. So this is like her penance, basically. Right, just bringing that beast out.
Right.
And man,
it gets to a point where
it's insane.
Yeah, it's really cool, but it ends up with him. There's this long monologue from her, and then eventually like it ends with him, stabbing, running her through. Yep. And then that's where she's like, that's it. And then in a beautiful moment, she's like, dude, how good it feels
to die fulfilling one's purpose.
Yeah. Knowing that you have now released yourself of these shackles, and I've repaid my sins, and now here we are. And it's like, ooh, woo.
And dude, whenever he's like got her like like sword in chest, and he's just fucking staring, and she says, "That was magnificent. You did good, kid. I'm done." And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, you can't die. You can't die."
He fucking throws his sword away and is holding her there, and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm not done. Don't die, please. Don't die." Dude, it's fucking heartbreaking.
It's crazy.
Killed me.
Yeah, especially whenever she, like, as she's fading away, she's like, he's like a child again, crying and, and just weeping for this whole situation.
He's like, rejoice at my passing.
Damn.
You've got enemies you can fight.
Yeah.
Allies you can spar with on equal terms.
Yeah.
And you also got a partner.
Yeah. So, and then of course, as she fades away and he's like just standing over her, he hears a whisper from far off.
His name is called.
He's like, "Who the hell's that?"
Show yourself.
Show yourself to me.
And dude, it's his fucking sword.
Yep.
He can finally hear his sword's voice now.
Yep.
Meaning
he's got a bunkai now.
Motherfucker tells him her name.
Am I mistaken? So does he get his own new unique bankai, or because I think at a certain point in time, the reason I was saying that was because there's a moment whenever she's passing with it, she's like, I give my power to you, like
everything I have is now yours,
right? And so
even my title.
I was thinking that she was like giving him his, she was giving him her bankai power.
Oh, no,
like there's something like that, like
fully
relinquishing
it was just like
it
symbolically.
Okay,
right.
Got it.
I've given you everything I possibly can.
Yeah. That's still cool though.
Oh, yeah,
but
oh man.
But now I'm excited to see if his is unique, it's probably not one we've seen before.
No, it's all his own.
That's cool.
And it's fucking insane.
I can imagine. The unkillable man.
Right.
Dude.
The battle beast.
Yeah. That's so cool. I have been enjoying this series.
Yeah.
It's been so fun.
Good.
Every time. One thing that I can say that has been so creative and iconic and fun is like the in-universe title sequences. There's like a little card at the beginning that has like, it's just like a white box with the like white letters that says like number 8, number 9, and then it has like the title of it. Then there's usually always one in the episode that like is like the little title card of sorts, and it's always unique to the episode, or it's always
like the chapter titles from Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, it's just they're just like in universe and they're like creatively placed or they're it's always been like super beautiful and like just a little thing that I'm like, oh, that's cool. Every time it comes out, every time it happens, like this one with the battle, it's like there's like the title like that happens. There's the number and then there's the blade
blood running down the blade.
Yeah, and as the blood
sword,
as the blade slips off of it, the words the battle is like remaining. I was like, oh, how fun.
It's good shit.
I love that.
Very visually pleasing.
Before we get too deep into this episode, I do want to shout out our boy.
Oh, of course.
We I haven't had a chance to respond to this comment. It's been a crazy week, but I partially been trying to think of something funny to say, but he says, "Rah, she be bankai on my Zanpakuto until I get Suga Tensho." Alexa, play #1 Ichigo's theme. 1,000 Year Blood War is great, but I don't know how good it is for a re-entry point. For the re-entry point that it is. I strongly recommend a light recap video of sorts, since some of these characters, themes, and plot points make a return.
Which, could I just say, the lightest recap video I was able to find was 57 minutes.
Get out.
Yes. It's the one I sent you.
Right. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
That was the smallest one I could find.
That was the smallest one?
Yes.
I'm imagining, what is it, a handful of hours for each one of them? For all the, and you were also saying it's the least cringy of all of them, too.
Right. Because
it's Shonen Jump. It can be cringy.
Right.
We know. We discussed this last episode, I think. So, that's good.
Disrespect. You like what you like.
Hey, is what it is.
I'm not going to judge, but damn.
Yeah. Then it says, P.S. If you want a justified Ichigo crash out, his fight with
Ukiura
is a good highlight. P.P.S. If you end up enjoying Bleach, the Arrancar arc has some of the best moments in the show, and highlights Aizen as the great antagonist he is. And hearing that, I was like, okay, because I talked about that in the previous episode.
Right.
Of I like how they established Yuhabaha as like a really powerful figure.
Yuha big guy.
You're right. Yuhabaha is definitely not spelled the way you.
Right.
I think I didn't have the spelling of it last episode, but it literally is YWACH. You whack.
Yeah.
You watch.
You whack ass bitch.
You whack ass bitch. So anyways, thank you for that comment. And I haven't, like I said, Dylan sent me that video, but I haven't had a chance to watch it because I knew it was going to be a commitment. But I am considering watching that though. I do think I have to renumber these episodes because I did 1 to 4 thinking that we were like through the first quote unquote like part of it. But actually we're just through the first disc.
Right, we got a little bit more.
So out of I think the 2 Blu-rays we have of the series, which I think is part 1 and part 2.
Right. We have now finished the first one.
Right. So now this is 1 complete. Yes. So I have to figure out my number scheme for how that, because I don't know how it's going to work.
Right. We've somehow been able, but it's because we watched a few episodes like without recording the episode.
Oh, right.
So we were just able to get all the info and like fit every episode into 2 parts.
Right. The only thing I was trying to make sure is like in the future, like if we were to continue this, especially if we get our hands on Blu-ray number 3,
right,
and then potentially in the future, whenever that may release, number 4.
You should just put a question mark.
Yeah, hey, you know,
1 out of however
I don't know yet.
Right.
We'll
fucking see.
I'll post date all the rest of them and relabel it.
Right.
That's a good idea. I may do that.
Right.
It's 1 out of.
Who knows?
We'll figure it out. Anyways, I just wanted to say it before we get too deep into the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, this show has been. It has been a pleasure to watch.
It's a hell of a fucking departure compared to like everything else we've watched so far.
Yeah, it is its own. I'm trying to think. I don't know. You're right. It is pretty unique in the sense of some of the stuff we watch.
Right.
We don't watch a lot of Shonen
New
Jump
stuff.
or new stuff for real.
Right.
But we don't watch a lot of Shonen Jump stuff.
Nope.
Which is kind of interesting. I didn't think about that until we brought it up last week's episode. Where we were talking about all the different Shonen Jump type shows.
Right.
And I thought about it and I was like, we haven't really, and partially because there's a lot of them are long.
Right, yeah.
But
thousands upon thousands of episodes.
Long-standing episodes.
Which is why I was so fucking flabbergasted whenever you mentioned One Piece to me. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Did I say it on the show or did I say it outside the show?
It was outside the show.
Okay.
We didn't say anything about it on the podcast.
What Dylan is talking about is I had mentioned the fact that I know that One Piece is coming to a close.
Right.
And I was like, I have never been one to really watch One Piece. I have occasionally tuned in on Toonami or Cartoon Network, whichever one it was,
right,
when an episode would come on every now and then. I think I've seen the first handful of episodes a couple times, so I think I recognize some of them. But I was like, but I don't know, just like Bleach, I don't know any of the arcs. I don't know any of the bad guys. I don't know anything like that. And I said briefly to Dylan before we recorded one of the episodes or whatever it was, and I told him, I was like, I kind of been thinking about trying to get into One Piece a little bit. Dude. I just threw it out there because I was like, because I know that we're at the show's gonna end. Which I'm like,
it has to.
Which is crazy that like we're on the last arc, the show's gonna end, and I feel like that's like a milestone in history,
right? An era.
I feel like
the great pirate era.
I'll talk to my grandkids and go, I was alive when One Piece began and
motherfuckers
ended.
died before that show ended.
Yeah. I was alive during the premiere of One Piece and the finale of One Piece, and I feel like
oh
that's
man.
It may not mean anything right now, but it may mean something later. So that's why I was like, I feel like this is gonna be like a time in history where like we're gonna remember this day. And I was like, and just a brief twinge deep in my soul was like,
maybe what if the One Piece is real?
what if I
can we get much higher?
can I watch a little bit of it?
Right.
You know, or will I not like it? How deep will I go before I'm like, this is not for me,
right?
You know, or I don't know. I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. I haven't committed to nothing. Nobody get offended. Nobody yell at me.
Right.
But just I'm curious. So just take that with what it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to 1,000 Year Blood War. With that recap of the fight happening and of course, and the actual fight itself taking place and all that stuff going on, wild. And then, arguably, for a funny reason, one of my favorite characters shows up. Don't know who he is, except for the god of the blade. Yeah, god. The blade god.
Yeah. Oetsu.
Oh, dude, I told this to Dylan. I was like, I love a wacky comedic character. That turns serious.
Right.
I was like, I love me a Willy Wonka who's like, here's my chocolate factory, and I'm going to teach you the existential dread of the universe.
Right.
All in the same go. Like, I love that. I don't know why. I just think it's fun and it's crazy. And this guy is like, hey, come into this magic hut. We're gonna recraft your Zongpakto.
Right. I'm gonna have these homunculi beat the shit out of you unless one chooses you.
But not even before that, I'm gonna have these honeys be the one right. You can choose whichever one you want. It's a bunch of like beautiful women being like, oh, pick me, or whatever.
His honeys.
Yeah. And of course, and they're all like, what is happening? By God. But then of course, one of his sidekicks comes blasted in there and is like, "Hey, yo, what the hell you doing? Quit playing with these jokers.
Get the fuck out of here and go do your job.
Go to the actual shack of choosing."
Right. Shack of choosing.
Yeah. And then they get kicked into this. It looks like a shack on a cliffside, and they get kicked inside. And it's like
it's just a black void.
It's like a pit. Like what is it called? The TARDIS. It's just a little shack where they fall inside this
shack of holding.
Yeah. Shack of holding is a great term. Much bigger on the inside. And they're surrounded by these, what did he call them?
Asoichi.
And they're like gray bodies.
Right. With mouths for eyes.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah.
And at a certain point in time, they started drooling. And I was like, hey,
and
hey,
then they
boy,
start putting the smack down.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, boy, put that back in your mouth. Or eyes, whatever. I don't know, what do you call those?
Yeah.
Mice.
Owls.
Owls. Oh, man.
So Oetsu's trying to beat some sense into them. It's like, if you don't take care of your swords, they ain't going to last long.
Yeah.
He's got the remnants of both of their Zanpakuto in his hands, and he just smashes them bitches together, and they fall apart like they're nothing.
Dust. But I love it because he's also like, I love it like because he's also he's speaking in English comedically.
Right, he's got English.
Oh, right. And it's like, okay, I see.
Welcome to my show.
Welcome to my show. Anyway, he's very comedic and very wacky, and I forgot. What is the first line he says to them whenever he's like standing on the edge, like looking down? He says something super serious, and it's like a change of character, and they're all like, they go from like to like, and it's like, it's very much like that. Where again, I joked,
be like, if you can make it out of there alive,
oh yeah,
then I'll reforge your Zanpakuto.
And they're like, oh wait, what?
Yeah,
it's holy shit. I love it.
Yeah,
and after almost 3 days, in the pit,
they've just been duking it out with these fucking things
for 3 days.
Stop.
Wild.
He comes back to check on him and is like, Renji, did great.
You pass.
Ichigo is lying on the floor, bloodied and bruised.
He's like, I got it. I can still do it.
Like, nah, son, get up. You're done.
You're right. You failed. Yep. And he's like, no, wait, I can still fight.
Nope,
like, nope.
You're done. Get out.
You're done. Get out.
Right. Oh man. So of course he's distraught.
You're right.
Like,
of course.
Why the fuck? There's no time limit, right? So it's like, it's not about a time limit. I'm not talking about whether or not you can keep going or you can't. You just there's an emotional limit to this shit. You gotta do some do some other work before you can continue.
Right.
So he's real upfront about it. It's like, you lose, good day, sir, type shit.
Yeah. I said good day, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
So he sends him back into the human world.
Right
in front of his clinic.
To soul search, literally.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, go find your roots, figure out where your soul is, then come talk to me.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't say that.
No, wait. He says that after he kicks him back out to the mortal plane. He kicks him. I was like, bye bye.
Yeah. Starts talking to Renji, breaking it down. It's like, you fucking knew.
You know that.
You knew right off the get go.
Right.
Because Ichigo was never assigned a Nasuichi that all Soul Society members get whenever they finish their training in the academy. Because his sword was just manifested from a combination of like the hollow and
sheer will.
Right, the Quincy powers within him. He never got to really make a proper connection
right.
with the blade itself. So, big old fucking lord dump.
Oh,
steaming.
We get a lengthy. Where do I come from story?
Right. Yishin, his dad, is already like at the clinic door, ready to greet him.
He was like
ran off.
I love. He's like a spirit in the night.
Yeah.
I love how he's like, "Hey, Ichigo, what's up?" And of course, like then we cut to like
next
Ichigo running,
he's like, gone.
And then of course he's peeking out, goes, he ran away.
Right.
Okay.
For whatever reason, his immediate impulse is to go to his part-time job.
I mean, hey, I to be honest, I probably wouldn't go to. Well, I can't say that. I'm like in a moment where like if my whole world got turned upside down and you want some sense of normality back in your life. I mean, maybe just looking for something. And he's like, I can't face my dad right now.
Right. What the fuck am I gonna do?
I'll go face my part-time job boss though.
Right.
Yeah. It'd be whatever.
And she's real.
Yeah.
Realest motherfucker you may ever meet.
Yeah. She's like, yeah. Come in.
Yep.
Come chill out.
Dry off. Take a shower. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then whenever he like gets out, she feeds him.
Yeah.
He's apologizing, getting his clothes back on. And she's like, headbutts the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You might as well. I might as well be your bigger fucking sister. You come to me whenever you need to.
Yeah.
And then his dad shows up.
There's a moment where there's like a knock on the door. She walks outside. There's no one out there, and then it cuts back inside, and Ichigo's dad is standing
right
there
in front of him.
And then they exchange no words. She comes walking back inside and goes, "Must have been a prank." He's gone, and I'm like, "Well, they're both gone." And I was like,
he says goodbye, walks out.
Yeah,
he leaves his fucking soul badge there. She's about to return it to him, and then he's just fucking out the door.
Disappears.
No words. Like, I'll be get it to him later. He's got some shit to work out. And dude,
they end up meeting up, and of course, this is where we get like the real soul searching, the real lore dump.
Right.
We learn about Ichigo's mom. Again, this is for me as a entry point into the series. I didn't know this was his dad.
Right.
So at a certain point, I thought he was just another. I thought he was like a friend, or because he's wearing like the Soul Society robes. So I thought that he was just like another captain of some kind. Right. So they start like having this whole lore dump of like this whole relationship between this young woman that has orangish hair.
Right.
And I probably should have put two and two together, but I didn't. I didn't think anything of it.
Right.
And as it's progressing, I think there's a point in time where I was like, "So who?" And you're like, "That's Ichigo's dad." And I was like, "Oh shit! Yeah. Oh!" And I see this very young, beautiful, redheaded woman is gonna, I'm assuming, be his mom.
Right. It's like, oh my fucking god.
Here we go. I don't know if they had this in the previous seasons or not.
Oh no, like, this is the first we're hearing of this.
So do we know of how he lost his mom to begin with?
We know that she died.
Got it.
On that riverbank.
Yeah.
But we just don't know why exactly.
I see. So this is tea right here. We're getting like the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The real reason.
The real reason. Holy shit. To kind of blast through it a little bit, she's a Quincy.
Right. Full-blooded.
Full-blooded. And our boy, our dad, what's his name? Ishin. Is a Soul Reaper.
A captain,
yeah.
no less, of the 10th squad.
Which is crazy. And may I say, by God.
Don't just shut up. Don't even get me started.
Wow. They have some very well-endowed women in this show.
Yeah.
I'm watching this show, and of course,
they're like fucking everywhere.
Dude, I'm around in the corner, and I'm like,
Jesus, put those things away.
Damn.
God.
I'm being accosted. I feel like there's a couple of
Hello,
times.
police.
The funny thing is, like, I think it's funny in Grand Blue.
Right.
Because in Grand Blue, like, there is a gradient, and there is like a certain like race of character that has...
Like, no matter
physical qualities.
That's just part of the species.
That is part of their species.
Absolutely insane.
Try not to laugh saying that. But so for that, it's a little bit more funny because it like I said, it's a gradient. So you'll see just like regular, and of course, and of all varieties, small, medium, and then you're just like, wow, mama.
Yeah.
And then this show, I feel like it's by like the dial's been cranked up. And I'm like, ugh.
Like there ain't no damn way.
Jeez.
What are those fucking quad Ds?
What is in the water over there? But anyways, enough about that. That was something that I was realizing as the show is progressing. I'm like, man, this is
right. I'm noticing a pattern here.
This is a beautiful show.
Right. Oh my god.
So anyways, a dad character is he gets a memo.
Right. There's a report of casualties occurring in this particular district at certain times with certain weather patterns. And Soul Society members just keep dying over there. So he's like, okay,
I gotta check it out.
I got to see what's going on.
Right.
So in addition to the 2 Soul Reapers that have been dispatched for patrol, he just sneaks his way out.
Right.
To get a look for himself.
Yeah.
And then he encounters White, which is a hollow that has been compounded with the souls of Soul Reapers.
Yeah.
So it's like real fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Powerful.
And again, I don't know who this character is, but apparently we get an Aizen jump scare.
Yeah.
Where we're like, oh shit, it's him.
Right. He's the one who made this crazy ass hollow.
Yeah.
On steroids.
Right.
So as he just lets a little soul pressure out just to try to bait the thing out. The two members with him end up getting fucking splattered.
Oh, God. I mean,
cleaved in twain.
Yes.
Nothing but mincemeat.
Yep.
And he's like, fuck. So now he starts duking it out with this thing, which I gotta say looks rad as hell.
So badass.
Uh-huh. It's got 2 blades for arms.
Yeah, like spike arms.
Right. Big ass horns, skull face.
Oh, yeah.
Looks radical.
Like long silver hair.
Mm-hmm. And, dude, if there's one thing that I love, you can thank Genesik Gao Gaigar and War Greymon for this. It is any type of armored being that already looks really super cool, but also just has like long flowing locks flowing out the back of their helmet.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cool.
It's cool.
But aside from that, they're duking it out in the middle of the sky.
Right.
Ishin gets sliced in the back by any one of the triplets of doom that have materialized in the sky.
Triplets of doom, that's wild.
Right. So from that, he's able to just tell that he was sliced by a Zanpakuto and that there's a fucking traitor among us.
Yep.
So after that, he's like up against the wall, fighting White. But before he's able to, he chops one of the damn thing's arms off.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, at this point, he's not able to do much against it.
Right.
On
and while this is going on, we're kind of going back and forth between Ishin and Masaki, which is this young girl who is being she's being like cared for by this other family.
She's been adopted by another family of Quincy's.
Yeah.
In order to protect her bloodline.
Yeah.
Because they're real precious about their blood.
Yeah.
Bunch of snobs.
Of course. Pretentious.
Right. So.
But we're going back and forth. And then there's this moment where she has like this. I'm assuming it's a Quincy thing. They have like the spidey sense where they're just like.
They're able to sense like spiritual pressure and see hollows and soul reapers.
Got it.
So upon feeling out the bout that's going on
she's like, there's
outside,
some major shit happening outside.
I gotta do what I can.
Yeah.
Now, we see Ryukin,
Uryu's
dad.
Yeah.
Who is part of this family.
And now he's
she's
young.
been adopted into, yes. Still kind of a prick.
I mean, he's still just as pretentious.
Right. Super reserved.
Daddy issues.
Cold.
Mommy issues, apparently.
Oh, yeah. He's just plumb
He's got issues, yeah. I think he's got a thing for his maid.
It develops.
Yeah. But more so than anything else, I think there's a moment where he mentions where I think that I guess he's insinuating that like he may try and like arrange marriage Masaki. Or that's what it felt like. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, that's what they're planning to do.
Again, pure bloodlines and stuff.
Exactly, right.
So
while that's going on, he tries to stop her and be like, you don't need to worry about that yourself.
We clean up the mess afterwards.
Wait till the Soul Reapers are dead. Let the help handle it.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And she's like, I'm going to go do what I'm supposed to do.
That's actually
I'm going to go do the right thing.
Actually, bullshit. I'm going to go fix it. Idiot.
Right. Stupid bitch. So she hightails it out of there, after which she's like, okay.
Yeah, well.
Let me get the maid on the line.
Yeah.
Hot dial the maid. He goes
I'll hot dial that maid. I'm playing.
My God.
It was a low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry.
So after that point, he goes to just oversee, make sure everything goes all right. And she is in the middle of the street.
Oh, yeah.
Ishin is like clashing blades with this bitch midair, and she fires off an arrow.
Yeah.
About saved his ass.
Right.
And as soon as she shows up, White is like, that's a tasty looking piece of... I'm about to eat this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So he charges her.
Yeah.
Immediately, like dodging every single volley she's throwing out.
Oh, yeah. She's like, oh, this is fast.
Right. Takes a huge ass chunk out of her shoulder.
Yeah.
Like just bites down real hard.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I got you now, bitch.
Yeah, like a Russian roulette.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, just shoots him straight through the noggin. And he's gone.
Blasted.
Right. About to explode.
Yep.
Ishin takes the brunt of it, keeps her safe.
Gentleman.
Hunky dory.
Yeah.
lying on the ground.
He's like, oh shit!
Like, oh fuck!
Yeah.
Help me!
There's a funny thing in Helldivers that for those of you who are drinking at home, anytime I mention Helldivers, you gotta
take a shot.
Take a shot every time. But there's a moment anytime I get blasted by the rocket devastators or I step next to a grenade or whatever, and my character goes tumbling, I always make an effort to make like grunting sounds as if I'm being, because it's funny. It's obviously hilarious. So I just imagine like that happening.
The game says "ow" in real life.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, like a rocket devastator will blast my body around it, and I will go like, oh shit, yeah. So I got as if I'm winded, and so I just imagine like I watch this nuclear cloud blast into the sky, and we have Ishin being tumbled around. He's on the ground. I just was like, I just went, oh shit. Like, cause it's so funny.
I'm bleeding out.
Sweet liberty, my leg. Oh man, I love that. Yeah. So anyway, she goes charging over there and is like, holy shit, you saved my life. And he's like, nah, you saved my life.
Right, we're even now.
Yeah, we're good.
She's like, all right, I'm gonna heal you, don't worry.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, how the fuck did you do? What's your name?
Yeah.
I gotta know.
What's your trick?
Right. And so she's of course hesitant because
inner monologue is like, do I tell him?
Right. 1,000-year blood war may break out because of this.
Yep.
And she just says it straight out like, my name's Masaki. I'm a Quincy.
Yep.
And he's like,
ooh.
And he's like, wow, really?
I get to see one in the flesh?
I've never met one before. Boy, do I feel lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I met you when I did.
Yeah.
And they
she's
just
like,
hit it off right there.
Didn't know you were chill like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Aizen and his goons are like, he's still alive. Like, that's a fucking Quincy? Yep. We got to kill this bitch. And then he's like, whoa, hang on.
Hey.
Let's just
let
it play out. I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Aizen being the sick fuck that he is, he just decides to leave it be.
Like,
throw a wrench into his own plans.
Yep.
So, at that point, Ryuken sees what happens and he's like, all right, Hollow was dealt with. Everything's in order. Nothing happened.
Yep.
We're good. Because, of course, he's watching out for Masaki.
Of course.
Now, Masaki just kind of ignored the bite that she incurred from that Hollow.
Yeah.
And has just kind of let it fester over the past couple days.
Right. We don't actually ever get to see the wound.
Yeah. No, it's just we see the hole form as it gets worse. Which, ew! Gross!
I don't like an undulating hole.
Yeah, no, not my favorite.
Not in the chest.
No.
Is what I guess I should preface. Yeah.
Gross.
There's like, before we see all that happen, she's like just going about life casually, and then she has these moments where like she
flashes of
yeah, and then begins to pass out,
right.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Starts off as like just bouts of dizziness,
yeah,
a bit of lightheadedness here and there. Bumps into fucking Urahara,
yeah,
on the street. Motherfucker's just moseying around doing God knows what.
Who knows?
And he bumps into her and he's like, hey, watch where you're going.
No, sorry, excuse me, young lady.
And then whenever the flash happens again, he's like, what the fuck was that?
I could smell that.
Yeah. No, he looks concerned.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
worried.
Shit.
Like, that ain't right. That's not, I got to do
that
something.
That bitch ain't right.
Something wrong with you.
Something wrong with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it ends up coming to a head whenever Masaki is confronted by the lady of the house. I can't remember her fucking name. Yeah. Ryuken's mother.
The hag.
Right. The bitch.
Mm-mm.
And she's like, did you or did you not fight a Hollow a couple nights ago? And she's like, I don't know, maybe.
Who, me?
Right.
Yeah.
And as Ryuken comes in there to try to cover for her, she fucking like passes out.
Has another bout of
right, but this time worse.
Oh, yeah, then falls down
for the count with a new hole.
Oh, I don't like
and
that.
Man, what? That's what happens.
It is. I
just so anyway. Man, come on.
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't like that at all. It made me so uncomfortable,
Right,
and I'm
right.
laughing to hide. Oh man, oh man. She fell down with a new hole. Like, oh no.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. Oh.
Ryukin grabs her and just hightails it out of there, trying to find some way to help her.
Shit. Sorry, I'm gonna
Right.
wipe the tears from my.
You're good. Jesus. Anyway, as he's flying through the air, a hollow almost just straight up knocks him out of the sky, but not before Ishin's able to just vivisect that bitch.
Yeah.
And save the day.
Good work.
Right. So they're able to figure out why this is happening with the intervention of Uruhara, who has since been figuring out one way or another to either fix her, stop her from holofying, or just a secret third thing. Which he divulges to Ishin.
Yeah.
So the only two options that he presents initially is that I can either inject a vaccine infused with Quincy blood and a bit of soul juice to just keep her as is, or allow Ishin to inhabit a Gigai, which is a body that a Soul Reaper can use to move about in the human world. Now, doing that would unfortunately take away his Soul Reaper powers,
right?
Because he's going to infuse a bit of his soul and the entirety of his being.
Oh, right. Assimilate with them,
right?
Yeah,
into her body so that it can stop the holification and keep that bitch at bay.
And then what was it called? It was a soul suicide,
right? If it kept going the way it was for her, that would have been the whole soul suicide.
Yeah,
which thankfully we're able to avoid.
Yeah.
Now, upon hearing all that, with nothing but downsides, you can correctly assumes like nobody would fucking go for that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What the fuck is he gonna do? And he just agrees.
He's like, "Yep,"
like wholeheartedly, without a hint of doubt.
In fact, he says, "You talk too much. Let's
I don't
get
give
this
a
done."
shit about all the details. Just let me do it.
Yeah.
Even Urahara is like, "Come again?
Are you sure about that?
Is this really what you want to do?" He's like, "Yeah."
Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah.
So after that, he saves her life, figures out he goes back and explains what happened, and he's fucking banished from the Soul Society.
Of course.
And then just starts up a clinic.
Yep.
Just tries
side
to
business.
Tries to help people.
Or I want to say, now it's probably his full-time job now. I want to say side business.
His only source of income. Now that he's just some dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's so wild.
Yeah. That's how I met your mother.
Yeah. So the thing is, so now he has no, like, soul reaper powers?
Right. For that stretch of time that he was able to infuse Masaki's soul with his power, he did not have any of his abilities.
Okay. So even whenever, like, later on, whenever the flash forward to, like, the present day, he still doesn't have any powers of any kind?
Oh, no, he just recently got them back.
Really? Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's that's before the 1,000-Year Blood War thing?
No, it's like during.
Really? Okay. When did he get him back?
I can only assume after Ichigo got back to the human world.
Huh.
At least that's what I think.
Okay. So now Ishin has his...
Mm-hmm. He's got all those. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And is he still... Is he now like full Soul Reaper? Or is he still kind of...
He's back to being like a full Soul Reaper, but he's not... He's not a member of the Soul Society anymore.
Right. He's still
banished.
Quote unquote banished. Okay, right. Yeah. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
All right, okay. So yeah. So now there's this moment, where he's, again, we're kind of going back and forth between present day and this flashback. And so now Ichigo knows his mom is a full Quincy. And he's like, okay, crazy. Right. And then we get this like even more in-depth discussion about how she died.
Right.
And how he was like, we get the kind of the comfort, the what is it called? like the timeline again of like 900 years ago, Yuhabaha or the Quincy King
regains his pulse.
Right. 90 years ago, he
regains his heartbeat, I think.
Yeah, or something like that.
I'm not sure. I can't remember the whole thing.
I know that the 9 years was his strength.
Right, his power.
Yeah.
Which just so happened to include Masaki's innate Quincy abilities. He
was
just able to fucking take that shit.
And so did he take all of their...
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's?
Everyone he deemed unworthy of it.
Oh.
He can just do that.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is why you heard some of the Stern Ritters say, His Majesty bestowed upon me the letter J or O or what have you.
Okay. I see.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess... So if that's the case, then what did she have?
Oh, she didn't have a specific letter.
Okay,
she just had the regular abilities that every Quincy has.
Nice. But now I guess I think we talked about this as well, is that Yuhabaha now can he can give them a special power to is associated with the letter.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean they have full Quincy powers plus this special ability?
Right. Yes.
Got it. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy.
Scary.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so anyways, that's kind of how that whole situation plays out.
Yeah.
It's
fucking insane. Because of that, because of whenever Yuhabaha got his powers back,
yeah,
Ichigo and Uryu's mom died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma.
Yeah. So I can imagine the hatred for this motherfucker is just infinitely more invigorated now.
What was his name? Uryu?
Yes, Uryu Ishida.
Who is his mom?
The maid.
Okay, I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it. That sucker got with his maid.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, she seemed like she was really into him. So, yeah, dude. And then the finale of this part one.
Mm-hmm. Oetsu gets Ichigo back, and it's immediate.
It's badass.
Mm-hmm. He is thrown back into the pit.
Yep.
And he right off the bat, Oetsu's like, "You look like you could pull this off."
Oh, yeah, you got this now.
Right.
Ready? Here we go.
He turns around, and all of the Asoichi are just kneeling before him.
Hell yeah.
He goes all the way to the back of the crowd where this one has been singled out.
Yeah.
And he just walks up to it, extends his hand, and says, "You're the one." It reaches up, takes him by the hand, and it turns into
his hollow.
Right. So at that point, he's like, "Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to personally reforge this sword for you."
Hell yeah.
So they go to this underground forge.
Yeah.
That I believe is under the shack.
Yeah.
Right. In this cutout area where it has access to a waterfall surrounded by a sea.
Yeah.
So he calls upon his guards, who are all women of varying shapes and sizes, if you could imagine.
Yeah.
And they start working their magic, getting the forge ready for this badass blade they're about to make.
Yeah.
I love how as soon as everything's prepped and ready to go, Oetsu takes his glasses off, gets a headband around his head, gets a big-ass hammer, and is like, "It's time to get to work."
Yep.
Now, as he's forging this blade, he starts talking to Ichigo about what you think whenever you see me doing this.
Right.
Now, this is where it starts playing into a facet of the series that has been a constant, from very early on.
Really?
Whenever Ichigo starts hearing the voice of Zangetsu, it has come in the form of this middle-aged, old man type character wearing a long, flowing, trench coat, wearing sunglasses, got stubble, long hair. Vaguely similar to someone we've seen already.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, upon learning that...
And that's been in the series from the... Really?
Right, old man Zangetsu.
Really?
Is how he's referred to him for, since they met. Now...
So this is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, as soon as he starts thinking about it more and more, he's like, that old man you seen pretending to be your Soul Reaper powers is a manifestation of your Quincy blood.
Yeah.
And your Quincy power. And it just so happens to look like you Habaha did 1,000 years ago.
Holy shit.
So right out the gate, he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So he's able to have a little chat with Zangetsu about what the fuck he's doing and who he really is, what his allegiances are, and all this shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, I'm just a part of you that's been with you from the get-go. I didn't want you to become a Soul Reaper because it's the complete antithesis of what I am and what is running through your veins.
Right.
So I knew if you went down that path, you'd get hurt, you'd suffer, and I'd have to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And yet, I couldn't help but start leaning towards your own decisions and what you wanted to do. And man, it's fucking heart-wrenching.
Oh, yeah.
Because, of course, he can't bring himself to fucking kill him if he's been with him like throughout the entire fucking series. So what he does instead is just remove himself entirely and act as the final like limit release for Ichigo's power. So what he's able to do then is take control of both the Quincy side and the Soul Reaper side of his power and just like pour them both into this new blade. Motherfucker, next time we see him like in the real world, he's got both of his hands in the forge. Yeah. Like just raw dogging that shit.
Yeah.
And of course, one of them's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to burn to death. But Oetsu's like, nah, let him cook.
Yeah, let him cook. He's got it.
Right. So he pulls both blades out. Notice how I say both.
Yeah.
Two of these motherfuckers. Which isn't something that happens often.
Right.
The only example I can think of is Shinsui, one of the other captains, who is now the head captain. Guy with the pink kimono.
Ah, yeah.
Now, it's of course number one starts playing his fucking main theme.
Right.
This rendition of it, might I say, is easily my favorite. The old one's still gonna have a special place in my heart because of how cheesy it is. But man, it just hits during this scene so fucking hard. And that's where it ends. He's got a new Zanpakuto.
Yep.
Ready and raring.
both sides of his weapon or both sides of his personality or whatever.
A hybrid, if you will.
Yeah. And of course, I think whenever he does that, does he slash them or does he just like pick them up or whatever? But like he evaporates the sea.
Right. He picks, whenever he pulls it out of the forge is when the sea evaporates.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
How fun. It's show so far.
I can't wait for the rest.
Dude, this show has been pretty fun so far. I know it's probably not a great entry point into the show, but I'm still having a fun
making
time
it work.
We're making it work, dude. Hell, I may do this with One Piece too. I'm playing.
Shit.
I'm playing. Please don't.
No, you wait.
No, you wait.
Oh man.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes now that he has this whole thing. I'm excited to see our boy now that he has his Bankai.
Dude.
You know,
it gets fucking crazy, man.
I just have a feeling that we're going to be into some real cool stuff going up. So, man, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear what more people have to say about this in the comments.
All right. He's got to get back to us.
How many times, how much of this show have you actually watched? You know, I'm jumping at the tail end of this. I think it's super cool. So I mean, who knows? But yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
The one thing I'll say, but that's happening outside of all that is Helldivers updated the game and I can't play anymore.
Damn. Yeah. He's been on the bench for the past few days.
Yeah. I've been overlooking the war from my bridge, just standing there, just longing to drop
both
in.
hands on the window, looking down at the surface.
If only I could dive.
Yep.
What is a hell diver if he can't even dive?
What is a diver without its hell?
Yeah. I'm in hell.
This is the real hell.
Yeah. I'm trapped on this bridge. Not sure what's been going on with it, but anytime I drop into a mission, my game crashes during the loading screen.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate and sad about it because I want to play some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Oh yeah.
What is
stay that way forever?
What is one of the games that we should start to play?
Ooh,
that we don't want to record.
Shit.
I do think there's a couple of games we should record and have some fun with.
Yeah. That's a tough one, man. There's so many.
I know. I think we should start off with something light.
Yeah. Halo.
No,
I'm always in the mood for some Halo.
Always in the mood for some Halo.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
Right. Up to Reach, though. Anything past that, we're not doing.
What are you talking about? There's no Reaches.
Right.
There's no other game after Reach.
Yeah. Forgot. Slipped my mind even. I had a bout of amnesia.
Yeah. I think you're living in an alternate future.
Right. I must be.
It's not the one I'm in. Reach was the final Halo game, and then that was the end of the series, and then it closed up shop.
Mm-hmm.
That probably triggered somebody out there, and that's okay.
Nah.
We're good. Real fans get it though.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like you could. I know for a fact you could probably speed run Combat Evolved.
Oh, of course.
I'll never forget the first time I played through it. And I was like, he was, absolutely blasting through the hallways of the ship.
I had to wait.
Because I took a wrong turn. I was like, where are you? And you're like, yeah, you just, and I'm like,
follow the green arrow.
But I don't know.
Right.
So yeah, it was fun though.
Oh yeah.
It was a handful of times where I was watching.
That was years ago.
It's been a long time.
My God.
Oh man. Maybe we'll consider that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, with a little bit of the free time that I've had, I redesigned the Hindsight Studios logo. I'm really proud of it.
A bit of a facelift.
I'm really excited about it. So if you guys want to check it out, you can go to youtube.com/Hindsight Studios, or you can just type in @Hindsight Studios. I think it's at. I don't know. You'll figure it out. I think it's at Hindsight Studios in the search bar, and you can find us. And you can look at all the podcasts we got going on there. We're gonna have some videos going around. I'm gonna try and get Ethan back over here for About Nothing episode. I know he's been itching to do one of those for a while, but I'm not sure where he's at. He's in MIA right now with all his new job stuff going on.
Right.
Please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video.
Should you so choose?
No. There's no choosing. You
must
do it. But until next week, thank you so much for listening.
See you.
Bye-bye.